So if I only had $100 to invest, where would I start? This is one of my favorite questions that I get because this is such a relatable question. You don't need a lot of money to invest. That's something that I constantly say. So I always love to talk about what I would do if I was starting with just a small amount and how I would invest it. So this is going to be a beginner-friendly, low-pressure, relatable video on what I would do personally if I only had $100 to invest and what I would get started with. And $100 is a great foundation to jumpstart your wealth building journey. So don't take it for granted and don't minimize that don't minimize the amount. $100 is not a ton of money, and it can definitely help you lay the foundation to build momentum on your investing journey. So let's get into it. Hi everyone, my name is Bola Sokunbi. I'm the founder and CEO of Clever Girl Finance. I'm also the author of the Clever Girl Finance book series, the book Choosing to Prosper, and My Wealth Plan Workbook. Welcome to Clever Girl Finance TV. So here's what I would do if I only had $100 to invest. If I was just getting started with investing and I just had $100, here's what I would do. Number one, I would focus on choosing the right brokerage account. So before you invest, you need a place to put your money, and that means choosing the right brokerage account, right? So where do you put this money? And so if I was getting started, I would determine, first of all, am I investing on my own, or do I want to invest for retirement? I would prioritize investing for retirement so I can take advantage of any benefits there, especially the tax benefits. And so I would focus on opening up either a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, or a 401k or 403b if my employer offered one. If you have other more flexible goals outside of retirement, if I had other more flexible goals outside of retirement, for example, saving for a home or just investing long term, I would then open up a taxable investment account, a taxable brokerage account. So I would prioritize number one, my retirement savings account first, open that, and then I would open up a flexible brokerage, just a regular taxable brokerage account, so I could start investing on my own there outside of my retirement plan. Personally, today I use Fidelity for my investments, but there are tons of great platforms out there like Charles Schwab, T. Rowe Price, etc. And there are also tons of really great investment apps that don't require a lot of money to get started. You can start investing with as little as $1 in many of these accounts. And you can even start with fractional shares. The bottom line is that whatever brokerage account you select, you want to make sure that it has low fees and that it is reputable and very well reviewed. So do your research. Number two, I would pick a diversified investment for my $100. So what do you actually invest your $100 in? What would I invest my $100 in, right? So if I were just starting out, my priority would be to diversify my $100. That's all I have, and so I don't want to lose it. I definitely would not go into individual stocks right away. I would think about putting my money into index funds or ETFs. For example, a total market index fund like FZROX from Fidelity or an ETF like VTI from Vanguard. I would also consider perhaps an S&P 500 index fund like FXAIX from Fidelity or an ETF like VOO from Vanguard. And then for my IRA, I would consider a target date fund based on the year I plan to retire. So this is really simplified investing, basically picking a total market fund or an S&P 500 fund, and then for my retirement savings, picking a target date fund based on when I want to retire. These type of investments will spread my $100 across thousands of investments and really help to diversify my investment and also minimize my risk. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this Clever Girl Finance channel, and tell your best girlfriends about Clever Girl Finance. I'd also love for you to stop by our website at clevergirlfinance.com. We have over 30 plus completely free courses, over 40 plus completely free worksheets, and we offer free mentor calls when you sign up for a course. So we would love to talk to you about your financial plans and just motivate and inspire you. And be sure to check out the Clever Girl Finance book series and also our podcast called Clever Girls Know. I interview a ton of amazing guests on different money topics as well as business and motherhood. And I also do solo episodes on money topics as well. And be sure to follow us on social media on Instagram at Clever Girl Finance. Okay, let's get back to this video. Step number three, I would set up recurring investments, even small ones. So as I invest my $100, consistency is going to be key because remember, $100 is just the starting point. We've set the foundation. Now we want to build on top of it. And that means adding more money whenever possible to grow this portfolio of what I'm investing in. And so I would try to add more money, right? And set up recurring automated investments, even if it's only a small amount. Even if I could only afford $5 or $10 or $20 or another $100 a month, I would set up that recurring investment where that money is automatically invested into my ETF or index funds or into my IRA or split between the two, so that over time I'm building consistent investments. With a 401k, you can set it up where the money automatically comes out from your paycheck, and your goal should be over time to max out your retirement savings, whether it's your 401k or your IRA. And even if you cannot max it out right away when you get started, you can build it up like by saying, okay, I'm going to add on an additional 1% every month, an additional percentage amount every quarter. But we're starting with $100 at our baseline, and the intention is to allow that money to grow and add on to it so that we can increase our investment portfolio even more. So like I said, I would automate a small amount into my investment accounts every month, even if it's really small, $25, $50. I would automate that every single month so that to make sure that money is going in there. I would also reinvest my dividends. So your dividends is basically a payment that's made to you like a profit share when your investment is doing well. And so I would set it up, which most brokerages allow you to do this, where you can set up the feature to automatically reinvest your dividends. If you can't find this, pick up your phone and call them. But I would reinvest my dividends so that that extra money can also grow for me. And then I would ignore the noise in the market. There's so much news about the stock market going up, going down, politics this, economies that, business this. I'm focused on investing long term, right? So I'm not worried about short term news. So I would turn that off and not worry about it. Remember, with this $100, the goal is to build momentum over time. You're not chasing quick wins. You are focused on building long term wealth. Step number 4, I would keep learning as my money grows. So that first $100 I've invested is not necessarily about the amount, because obviously $100 is not a ton of money. We cannot retire at $100. Most of us cannot buy groceries for our family with $100, but it's really setting the intention and it's establishing the foundation. And from there, we can build the momentum. And part of building that momentum by investing that $100, also learning how we can further grow our money. So I would take a few free investing courses. Clever Girl Finance has a 7-course investing course bundle that is completely free. I would read beginner-friendly investing books and blogs. Check out Grow Your Money from Clever Girl Finance. This is the investing book I wrote, and it is really a great resource. Could cut me put this back. I would listen to investing podcasts that can help me understand the current market, how investments work, how I want to invest over time. Remember, knowledge compounds just like your money does. So the more you learn, the more empowered you'll feel, and the more you'll be more of a confident investor over time. So when it comes to investing, it's not about starting with a ton of money. You can start small and build from there. That starting small portion, that beginning aspect, is all about setting the intention, setting the foundation, and going from there. So yes, like I mentioned, $100 is not a lot of money, but it's a great foundation and a great place to start. And so I encourage you, if you haven't started investing, make a plan to invest starting with just $100. That's a challenge, just $100. Even if you feel nervous or scared about it, you don't want to commit too much money, or you don't have the knowledge, or perhaps you're limited with your income, set the goal to start with $100 and build from there. So the 4 steps I mentioned, like I said earlier, if I were starting to save or to invest $100, I would, number 1, choose the right brokerage. Number 2, I would pick a diversified investment, so an index fund and ETF. And in my retirement account, I would pick a target date fund. Number 3, I would set up recurring investments so I can build on top of my $100. And number 4, I would keep learning as I go. Very simple, very beginner friendly, and now it's all about taking action. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, hit the like button below, subscribe to this channel, tell your best girlfriends about Clever Girl Finance, and then stop by our website, check out our free courses, check out our podcast, check out everything Clever Girl Finance has to offer, including our free mentor calls. Okay, I will talk to you next time.